LeBron James. Negative sells more than positive. It does in my business, okay? How many people have built their careers in our business? You can name, it doesn't fill out an entire hand, but you can name them off the top of your head as to how they've built their brand and their business and gotten a nice fat salary in this business based on tearing LeBron down and ripping him. And look, he's not a perfect man, clearly, okay? He's not a perfect man on the court. He's not a perfect man sometimes for his fan base. There's a lot of times that he draws criticism, and just like the rest of us, it's a worthy conversation to have about a critic. The way that he left Cleveland the last time was something that clearly has sat with him. Now, having left Cleveland a second time with a trophy in the case, with 8 consecutive NBA Finals appearances, with his legacy secured in his hometown. Yes, he did win a championship for the land. He did come back. But all of that pales in comparison to what he did yesterday in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. What he did yesterday deserves to lead every sports program today, and I'm thrilled to have a platform to lead with it today, and a management team here at AT&T and the rest of the Rich Eisen Show listenership that says, you know what, talk about what you want to talk about what you think is compelling, and go for it. I'm going to talk about a school. I'm the son of 2 New York City public school teachers, and I've seen firsthand what the power of education is and how it is getting lost in the shuffle in the 21st century. And so many athletes talk about it, and fewer are even being about it. And what LeBron James did yesterday in Akron, Ohio, is beyond special and is remarkable. What the lasting imprint he will do for, right now, 240 school children in 3rd and 4th grade in Akron, Ohio. Here's a guy, LeBron, who missed 83 days as a 4th grader because of what was going on in his life. And he has a foundation, and the LeBron James Foundation hooked up with the Akron public school system about 7 years ago to see what they could do for at-risk children, children who are getting lost in the shuffle, children who need an education, families who need help. They need help. And certainly in this day and age where a lot of people think that it's embarrassing that people ask for help and that empathy is not front and center in a lot of people's minds, well, you know what? There's a lot of people who feel that way. And LeBron James is one of them. And he decided to not only expand a program that he did for 3rd graders, but now he's built a school called the I Promise School. And there's 3rd and 4th graders who are getting the following. Well, I mean, it's part of the public school system. It's a partnership with the public school system. So there's no tuition. Kids get free uniforms, free transportation to the school within 2 miles. And because LeBron spent so much time on a bicycle and it lent him his freedom and some independence, which he was needed for his well-being mentally, he's given every kid in this school a free bike and a helmet. 240 free bikes and a helmet. Free breakfast, lunch, and snacks for kids who might not get a square meal. If they graduate, guaranteed college tuition. What? There's a food pantry for families. So there's a food bank. If families are in need of some food, go grab some. And for parents who need a leg up in looking for work or did not study for their GED or did not graduate themselves, there's GED and job placement services for parents. Come on. And the idea is by 2022 having an entire school system that LeBron James has put into place, kindergarten through 8th grade. Way to go, LeBron James. Way to go. And I'm glad that he's not shutting up and dribbling. And he's leading by example. Way to go. And I can't believe that that could be viewed in any way, shape, or form in any part of this country as a hot take. It shouldn't be. LeBron was asked about the platform that he has and whether or not, I guess, his voice is being used properly as a sports guy. Hit it.
I have a voice, I have a platform, and I have so many kids, and not only kids, but also adults and everybody that kind of look for guidance and look for someone to kind of lead them in a time where they feel like their voice isn't powerful. And when you see something that's unjust, or you see something that's wrong, or you see something that's trying to divide us as a race or as a country, then I feel like my voice can be heard and can speak volumes, and especially coming from a point of sports. You know, I live in sports, and for someone or a body of parties to try to divide us by using our platform of sport, sport has given me everything that I can ever ask for. I couldn't let that happen.
Way to go, LeBron James. And then again, just to bring it all full circle, last time he left Cleveland, he had an hour-long television show that was interminably long. We all remember that. And the only reason why I bring it up is what got lost in the shuffle was it was in support of the Boys and Girls Club in Connecticut, where this was shot outside nearby ESPN. Correct, Chris? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it was in Greenwich, Connecticut.
In Greenwich, Connecticut, okay? And so that got lost in the shuffle. We all got lost in the shuffle because he decided to go from one spot to another, and then the manner in which it was done was botched. There's no other way to describe it. And now, take it all in. He leaves Cleveland to go to Los Angeles, where it's a new beginning for him, and clearly what's going on, the fact that he's able to afford and have this foundation for these schools, a lot of that is going to be not just how much money he's made basketball-wise and shoes or what have you, but his next business. He's coming out here for business for his next career while trying to win with the Lakers. And he leaves, and he doesn't have a press. He sends out like a 2-statement press release through his agency. Doesn't say a thing publicly until yesterday in Ohio, and made it front and center about the schools. We're talking more today about the schools than his. He's finally put some meat on the bones as to why he made this decision. Let's get to one of them here, and we'll put another one in your news update, Chris.
Sounds good.
Okay. This was LeBron when being asked about his thought about leaving Cleveland and why he chose the Lakers over any other options.
And I definitely thought long and hard about the possibilities of lining up alongside Ben and Embiid, or lining up beside Harden and Chris. I felt like at this point in my career, I like the challenge of being able to help a team get to some places that they haven't been in quite a while. And obviously the Lakers haven't made the playoffs in a few years, but the Lakers organization and the historical franchise matches up there with all the greats. For me to be a part of that, it just, I think it's a great moment for not only me, but for my family and for the history of basketball in general.
I mean, it's tough to argue with that. Now, I understand he could win more with these other. He could probably win faster with Philadelphia. One would think. You have no idea what he can do here, what it's going to look like here. And when it's all said and done, he's done what he's already done. He's left an even bigger legacy than a championship in his hometown. And he's going to come out here, and people here are going to go nuts. They already are. They are already going absolutely crazy. And if he builds something like what he's built in Akron here in Los Angeles, I'll tell you what, it's needed. It's desperately needed everywhere. Desperately needed everywhere.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.